The Evolution of Writing, From Symbols to Alphabets. Part 1, Before Writing, A World Without Words. Imagine a world without books, texts, or signs. No maps, no letters, no history written down. In this world, everything lived only in memory, passed from one voice to another. Stories were spoken. Knowledge was shared around fires, across generations. Early humans had language. They could speak. But nothing was written. Still, they felt the need to leave something behind. To remember. To be remembered. So they turned to walls. Part 2, The First Symbols, Cave Paintings and Petroglyphs. Tens of thousands of years ago, in dark caves across Europe, Asia, and Africa, people painted. They used charcoal, minerals, and ochre. They painted animals, hands, and mysterious symbols. In places like Lascaux in France or Chauvet Cave, these paintings speak without words. They might show hunting scenes, they might be spiritual, we may never fully know. But they were the first steps toward writing, visual storytelling, a way to capture memory in something more permanent than sound. Part 3, Marks with Meaning, The Birth of Writing in Mesopotamia. Around 5,000 years ago, something extraordinary happened in Mesopotamia, present-day Iraq. People there began to press marks into wet clay using a reed stylus. These wedge-shaped marks formed what we now call cuneiform. Cuneiform started as a way to keep track of trade, crops, and taxes. But over time, it evolved. It became more than numbers. People used it to write prayers, laws, myths, even literature. The Epic of Gilgamesh, one of the oldest known stories, was written in cuneiform. This was not just communication. This was memory made visible. Part 4, Picture Words, Hieroglyphs, and Sacred Writing in Egypt. Not far from Mesopotamia, another writing system bloomed, Egyptian hieroglyphs. These were beautiful, intricate symbols. Some looked like birds, others like eyes, arms, or snakes. Hieroglyphs weren't just for record keeping, they were sacred. They were used on temple walls, in tombs, and on scrolls. Egyptians believed that to write a name was to give it life. Writing connected the human world with the divine. Part 5, Writing in the East, Chinese Characters, and Enduring Tradition. In China, another path was taken. The earliest Chinese writing appears on oracle bones, turtle shells, and ox bones used in rituals. Priests wrote questions to the gods. Then they heated the bones and read the cracks. These early symbols grew into a complex writing system. Over thousands of years, Chinese characters evolved, each one representing an idea, not just a sound. Even today, modern Chinese writing carries the DNA of these ancient marks. It's one of the oldest writing systems still in use. Part 6, From Pictures to Sounds, The Alphabet Revolution. While many early scripts used pictures or symbols for whole ideas, another innovation changed everything, writing systems based on sounds. Around 3,000 years ago, the Phoenicians, traders along the Mediterranean, created one of the first true alphabets. Each symbol stood for a sound, not a whole word or idea. This meant fewer symbols were needed to write everything. It was faster, easier to learn, more adaptable. The Phoenician alphabet spread far and inspired others. Part 7, Greek and Latin, The Roots of Western Writing. The Greeks borrowed the Phoenician alphabet and added vowels. This made reading and writing even more accurate. Then came the Romans, who took the Greek system and shaped it into Latin. Latin spread with the Roman Empire. And from Latin came many of the alphabets we use today, including English. The letters you are reading right now, they trace their ancestry back to a Phoenician trader's mark on clay. Part 8, Paper, Ink, and the Power of the Written Word. As alphabets spread, so did the materials for writing. From clay tablets and papyrus scrolls to parchment, paper, and books, ink was made from soot and plant resin. Quills were cut from feathers. Scribes copied texts by hand, one careful line at a time. Monasteries became centers of learning. Knowledge was preserved even during dark times. Books became sacred, and writing, once a tool for kings and priests, began to reach more people. Part 9, The Printing Press, A New Era of Words. In the 15th century, a German inventor named Johannes Gutenberg changed the world. He created the printing press, a machine that could reproduce text quickly and accurately. No more copying by hand, no more gatekeeping by scribes. Suddenly, books could be printed and shared across continents. Knowledge spread, literacy grew, ideas traveled faster than armies. The printed word shaped revolutions, religions, and sciences. Part 10, Writing Today, From Ink to Keyboard. Today, writing is everywhere, on screens, in the cloud, in your pocket. We write emails, texts, books, tweets, and code. Some still use pens and notebooks. Others type, dictate, or tap. But the goal is the same: to preserve thought, to connect minds, to give shape to invisible ideas. From cave walls to digital clouds, writing has evolved, and it continues to do so. Part 11, The Gift of Writing: Memory, Meaning, and the Human Story. Writing allows us to reach across space and time. We can read the words of someone who lived 2,000 years ago. We can write something today that may last for generations. Writing records our hopes, our fears, our discoveries. It carries stories, wisdom, and emotion. It turns the fleeting into the lasting. Closing reflection. Every word we write is a thread in the great human tapestry, a message passed from one heart to another, across time. From symbols scratched in stone to letters glowing on screens, writing is one of humanity's greatest achievements. It is not just a tool, it is a mirror, it is memory, it is us.